Signage in your storefront is getting a little boring. Decals you have to change all the time. Maybe you have a TV in the window and it just kind of looks bulky.
Everybody's doing the same stuff, it feels like.
Yeah, it kind of just looks all the same. So there's a new technology out there that's kind of hitting the mainstream. We want to share it with you today on The Obsessed Marketer. Welcome back to The Obsessed Marketer, the podcast designed for you, the small business owner looking to jumpstart your business with quick marketing tips that you can take with you to increase your sales, reach, and growth. I'm Andrew Hayes.
And I'm Holland Berkey.
Welcome back, Holland.
Hello.
I think it's been a while since we've actually sat next to each other doing the podcast.
Probably.
A little bit. But hey, we have a really cool interview today, and it's a really cool new technology, and it was developed by MIT?
MIT, yep. Like students at MIT.
Yeah.
It started out very scientific. They researched nanoparticles. What is that? I still don't know.
I don't know either.
Really.
We're just marketers.
Reflecting lights, like kind of stuff. But people at MIT made this product that we're talking about today, ClearBright window film, and it can be really helpful for small businesses, I feel.
It could be a game changer for bringing people into your store.
Especially if you have a brick and mortar store. If you have a storefront with a window, highly suggest checking
this out.
Lux Labs.
Yeah, so let's get talking to Clinton Hayes. He's the product manager of Lux Labs. He's going to tell us about his their new product, ClearBright. So we're talking with Clinton Hayes. He's the product manager of Lux Labs. Clinton, how you doing?
Great. Happy to be here and excited to talk to you all.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about what you do and what Lux Labs is.
Sure. So yeah, I mean, Lux Labs is we're kind of a science company that builds products. So we, I guess the product we're talking about today is our first product. So it's, the product's ClearBright. Essentially when you hold it in your hand, it's a window film. It just looks like a roll of clear plastic, but it has sort of specialized nanoparticles in it. So what that does is when you put it on a window, again, it's on your window and it's clear, but it has these little nanoparticles in it that you can't really see. And what those nanoparticles do is they scatter light coming out of a projector in a very specific way. So essentially, you shine a projector at it. Let's say you're playing a video, or maybe you have a still image of your company logo or something. It shows on the clear window.
So think of it kind of like a hologram-ish kind of. Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, we have two of them here at Viral Solutions on our front windows, and they're really cool.
They really do kind of stand out to people walking by. We've had people walk in into the office before being like, "Whoa, if they can do that, like that's really cool," and I can trust them with anything. Something that you don't really see versus like giant TVs and windows and and stuff like that,
or just like signs, like vinyl signs or something that you can't change. So it's a really cool product, and we love using it here at Viral Solutions. So,
and we'll get into more of that a little bit later on, kind of the benefits for businesses. But so what exactly how does that ClearBright work? You said it was nanoparticles.
Yeah. So it's essentially like a special class of nanoparticles that are, they're nanoparticles. They're super small. But they have special kind of like light scattering properties. Honestly, I'm not the physicist. I don't know much about it, but it all started in a lab at MIT way back in 2014, and just like some scientific research paper. No one at the time knew anything was going to come of it. Company actually co-founded with actually a number of professors from MIT. And ClearBright's sort of the first product we've taken to like consumer scale, and those nanoparticles are great, and they
So it started just kind of with like research and like science and hypotheses, and like they were just kind of researching like nanotech or like the nanoparticles. And then how did that go from, the scientific paper into this could actually be used as like a product? We could make this, we could sell this. This could like solve a lot of issues for people.
Right. There was actually, so like the first step in making it a product was the co-founders partnered with the Harvard or the MIT Business School, and someone did a big kind of like professional case study. It's like a student project where they, the final the final deliverable was like a, a big 10 or 20 page report. And in that, they talked to all these different companies and kind of analyzed the market, analyzed things that are already in the market. And it was clear that, hey, this is something that, that people and companies would use. And then from there, it was taking, a prototype that was good for the lab. But it was pretty much like resin poured in like a giant petri dish or something, and it was yellow, it wasn't clear. So it was taking that lab scale product and then figuring out how do we build it into something any type of consumer or business can use.
So, okay, talking about other things that are on the market, when you're comparing it to other things, what else are we thinking about here in terms of other options that people are using, right? Like what, TVs and windows, stuff like that?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's like the most traditional. And there are some other products that are, a little bit more similar to ClearBright. But yeah, like in the most traditional sense, TVs, people have been sort of hanging those in windows for years. There's also, just like normal vinyl signage, right? Just like that plastic stuff that you tear on and off that many businesses have, like for their logo and things like that. And then it kind of goes up to like other things. There's some other more advanced technology called transparent OLED and transparent LED, which, kind of sort of function like ClearBright, a lot more like technical, a lot like very much more expensive.
Yeah.
And then maybe like the closest is there are other types of films that you can put in your window and then shine a projector at it. But, pretty much all of them are not clear. So it's kind of, blocking your window. It does a little bit.
We'll show an example on screen right now if you're watching on YouTube. But it is completely clear. If you look at the video of our office window, you see right through it. It looks exactly like a window. And then we know as it gets a little darker, you see the holograms kind of appear. It looks kind of magical. Mm-hmm. It's very cool. So then how would this differ or like help out a business owner, for example, instead of using other options like TV in a window or using expensive OLED technology?
Right. Yeah. So I think, with those most traditional ones, like a TV, that's a rectangle in your window. So obviously you can't see through that part. But also like, I think one of the biggest things is the type of content that's possible. So on a TV, it's like, a rectangle and there might be something in the middle, but the parts where there's no content are black, so it's not, it's just a TV, right? And I think, with ClearBright, the kind of the cool thing is you can, the parts where there's no content, like coming out of the projector are like, stay clear. Mm-hmm. So it's not, so you're not constrained to that like standard rectangular type content and aspect ratios. You can kind of like, just have like a floating hologram in your window or floating words in your window or something like that. So it's just a little bit more, creative, eye-catching, like you all were talking about.
We tested this out once, actually. I took a video of Holland in front of our green screen, and I put her like all pretending to be knocking on the window, and it looked so cool. Yeah. It really was like, whoa.
Yeah, I think it's so cool that you can, like you said, like we could film us and have us on that screen, and then nothing else is around us. It's just kind of like floating there,
or waving at people as they walk by.
It's very unique. It's very engaging, and it's new. Like not a lot of people have this kind of technology. Like here in Oshkosh on Main Street, I can think of dozens of businesses that could benefit from having this. We're like one of the only ones that have something like this, and it just stands out. I think it really is a good eye-catching way to get people to look at your business.
Right. And we actually did a little marketing push with that too. We were like, here's how to make your own hologram. We kind of had a blog post and a video on that too. So definitely agree.
Yeah.
Now, what other places have been using the ClearBright technology?
Honestly, like all over very scattered all over the world. And that was kind of something we learned immediately. We were like, okay, we're an American company, but people all over the world like this stuff. So we've, our marketing has been pretty broad. We actually just got a new video in from Korea. There was a big installation at the Lee Sangbong fashion store. There's like many of them in Korea. There's a very famous fashion designer over in Korea, and one of their kind of flagship locations did a huge installation. That was cool. And then we're kind of talking about storefronts, but there's other pretty unique things that people have done with it. So there's like a a museum that's using it. There are people who froze it inside blocks of ice and used it as this like outdoor like digital art ice exhibit that was like super cool. There are professors using it on light boards, those clear boards that they record online lessons on, so they could like project slides but also write in it but also see through the screen. So there's been all these like sort of like interesting unique use cases that we really hadn't even thought about.
And that's awesome for you guys. Like you guys didn't even think about that. And now these consumers are being like, hey, you can use it this, and this. And now you can start marketing that way.
All up to the imagination.
Right?
Yeah, no, totally. And then there's like, like kind of, I guess like another arm in the business is like there's like a little bit of an R&D arm, and we're, working with, automobile companies to potentially, hey, could this be a thing that's in the car of the future? Or even like we've had some like farming equipment or airplane, just all the technology has to be tweaked a little bit to go in those very niche use cases. But it certainly could be used for a lot of things.
Yeah, awesome. I saw a video on your site where it was a Coca-Cola ad example being put on like the back window of a car.
Right.
I was like, that's really cool. I feel like I'm living in 2060 something.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to jump back to a point you said. So you like this product is being used all over the world, you said, like in Korea even. From a business standpoint or a company standpoint, that just kind of makes me think of like customer service. Since you are globally, how has that kind of shifted the way your company like works? Like does somebody comes to you with like a question and maybe they don't speak English, or like how has that kind of tweaked your marketing since you are so global?
Yeah. So I guess two things. Like one is that it really did get us to to nail down what type of business we were. Like, we manufacture the product, we sell the product. We're not in the services, we're not a services company. So it forced it to be like, as you said, if we're going to sell the product to someone in Romania, we can't help that much with service. Happy to answer some email questions, happy to have a video meeting, but at the end of the day, if they need help with a projector installation or installing the product, we can give them advice. But the advice is, hey, find your local window tint installer or window film installer. Find your local audiovisual specialist to help you install the projector. So that's, it clarified where we are in the market, and forced us to be very intentional about that. So I think that's one thing. And then the other thing is, we have we are working on partnerships abroad. So we have, distributor in Korea and many other countries. And then they are more often than not services companies. So
kind of filling in that gap as the middleman.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's super smart.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to just switch gears here to our small business audience here. Can you just run through really quick how easy it is to kind of set up ClearBright in a window?
Yeah. So, getting it on the window is relatively easy. It goes in the window the same way as any other vinyl graphic or any other window tint or window film. So it's called the wet application method. There's honestly there's pretty low cost installers in every town in the country. So it's not hard to find someone. It goes up in about an hour. And then once it's on the window, you just position a projector at the window, and that part can be, for maybe a very small business looking to be on a very tight budget, it could be as simple as putting the projector on a table, facing it towards the window, plugging it into a computer, and you're playing content, right? It can be very, very simple. It can get more complicated too. So for the, high-end fashion outlet that it was installed in recently, they're going to use some wireless connectivity and different background software to make sure the content's timed and playing correctly. So, and then, it's ceiling mounted, which little bit more complexity there. So it can be, you can kind of like adjust it based off your budget and what you want to do.
Yeah. So it's not too difficult, but it's very affordable. And I feel like, if you can correct me if I'm wrong on this too, but this could be a more cost-effective option than buying a TV that could, go out, right? Because the film itself doesn't deplete or it doesn't, destroy. Maybe you might have to replace a projector bulb, but
yeah, it can be. And like most modern projectors too are laser projectors these days. They don't even have bulbs anymore, and they last twice as long. So it's actually, it kind of benefits from that. I think it's interesting with the TV. I think TV costs are going down. So we're not, we don't necessarily see TVs as direct competitors. If people want a big, bright TV in their window, that's great. We totally encourage that. But it's, really for the company that's looking for something a little more eye-catching and that doesn't want to like ruin the aesthetic of the window, right? Because vinyl graphics or a TV kind of permanently change the aesthetic. Whereas, ClearBright, you're not always using the projector all hours of the day, most likely, and your window just kind of stays a very normal looking window when you don't have the projector turned on.
Yeah. Gotcha. And it can just be so unique. Like with putting vinyl on your window, that's all you can do with it. You got to take it off and replace it if you have like a different sale going on or a different holiday that you're putting on your window. This is just so customizable. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So how can somebody reach out to you guys if they are thinking about, installing this into their business? Well, how can they reach you? Yeah.
Like website's the easiest. We have a bunch of contact forms. We list, our email in various locations. That's a good way to start. And then, we're pretty good about getting back to people, answering whatever questions they have. We do sales straight from our website. We can do sort of we're open to custom orders and things like that. So, but yeah, I think our website's the best place to start.
Cool. I will leave all those links down in the video description and in the podcast show notes for you if you want to check it out. Clinton, is there anything upcoming or new coming at Lux Labs that you can share with us, or is it all secret?
Top secret.
Yeah, I mean, top secret for now. I kind of shared with you the potential collaborations in the auto industry, but they move at a snail's pace. So I don't think in the next few years for that.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take that. Well, Clinton, thank you so much for joining us today and talking about ClearBright. Hopefully we get some small business owners to really implement this and actually wow some customers, bring some more people into the business with it.
Yep.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciated the conversation.
Yeah, thank you. And there we go. That was Clinton Hayes, the product manager of Lux Labs. By the way, he has a really great last name. Mm-hmm. Not spelled the same, but it is.
Yeah, I feel like you're a little biased on that, Andrew Hayes.
Yeah, get out of here. Anyway, so we learned a little bit about ClearBright technology, nanoparticles, very cool, spreading light, making your storefront more appealing, bringing more people in. I know for sure that we've had people come in before and be like, that is so cool. I've had people seen people park their cars next to our office and take pictures of it.
Yeah, it is cool. It's so engaging and like you want to go up and kind of see what's going on because it looks like something straight out of the future.
Yeah.
It is a hologram.
Yeah.
You can even have people like we tested that one time and me like knocking on the window. It's so cool.
So this could be a game changer for your business and maybe improve your sales, get more people aware of your business as they're driving past or walking past. So if you want to get more information on how to purchase this or maybe get some more information about how to set it up, luxlabs.com, I believe. We'll leave the link in the show notes in the description of the podcast below. And then also, since we have it here at Viral Solutions, we're always here to help you out too with your marketing. We can help you with video services to put on there. We can help you even with maybe some best practices to even get that all up and running too. You can reach out to us at viralsolutions.net. Click the little blue chat bubble at the bottom of the page and reach out. We'll get back to you.
We also have a free 50-point marketing audit on our website, viralsolutions.net. We look at your website up and down, see what you're doing well, and see what you could be doing maybe a little bit better. We got a lot of tips and tricks for you guys.
Yeah, check it out, viralsolutions.net. Click that free marketing audit button at the top of the page and reach out to us. We'll help you out. Anyway, my name's Andrew Hayes.
And I'm Holland Berkey.
Thank you for joining us this week on The Obsessed Marketer. If you like what you heard, you want to get more, subscribe on any podcast platform. Links are in the description in the show notes below, and we'll see you next week.